Roger Stone, thank you for joining us.
Alex, thank you so much for letting me jump in here today. I'm hunkered down with my lawyers. I've changed lawyers. I was with the firm of Ketchum and Fleeson, but I've moved to the firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Only kidding. I've got really fine lawyers, and we're really prepared. Now, the mainstream media assault on me has already begun. A particularly dishonest piece on CNN by some scumbag named Michael Weiss, full of inaccuracies, partial quotes, selective quotes, things taken out of context, what you expect from CNN. Also, a particularly vicious piece by the left-wing fake news site Raw Story. So they're circling the wagons because they know that I will be on offense, that I will expose Congressman Adam Schiff as the demagogic charlatan that he is, and there will be no holds barred. Now, in order to guard against exactly what you describe, and precisely what happened to my colleague Michael Caputo, because they won't allow public access to the hearing, because they will not allow the media in the room, because they will not release the transcript, I'm going to record my statement exclusively for Infowars.com, and we will put it up at about the time that the hearings kick off. So you'll be able to see what really is going to transpire. And then immediately afterwards, I will interview with our embedded cameraman from Infowars to be able to give a blow-by-blow description of what I'm calling the romp in the swamp. The California kid, the prevaricator, the proven liar, Adam Schiff versus Roger Stone.
Well, I know you're relishing this, and you've really wanted to do it live, but after Sessions mopped the floor with them and the rest of it, they were scared to have any of these hearings. But as you said with Caputo, they then put out stuff he never said. When the transcript letter came out, it was true. He never said those things. They are a pack of disingenuous scum. I mean, we already know that. We already know there is no evidence to give them. Now they've not fully moved on from Russia, but they're on fumes. That's why they're admitting, oh, now it's didn't pay your taxes or didn't fill out a form properly or SWAT teaming somebody. Even CNN admits that that this whole fake Russia investigator situation with Mueller is, quote, very unorthodox, very aggressive. Many others are calling it illegal, what they're doing. So they've really not wanted you to testify so far. They kept canceling the other events when it was going to be in public because they're so scared. What are they scared of, Roger? Because, again, as they run out of gas here, and now as they move on to financial crimes, what do you expect to happen?
Well, I think what they're afraid of, Alex, is I'm going to call their bluff. Let's go through the big three allegations. One, Stone knew about the hacking of Podesta's email in advance. No, I didn't. I never said anything of the kind, even anything remotely close to that. Now, the Panama Papers, published in January of last year, completely expose Podesta's shady business dealings with the Russians. Guess what? Roger Stone can read. That's how I knew, and that's what I meant when I referred to Podesta's time in the barrel. Specifically, that his shady business dealings with the oligarchs around Vladimir Putin would come under public scrutiny. Second charge, Stone knew in advance about the WikiLeaks disclosures of Hillary. Yeah, they were posted in their Twitter feed on July 21st. This was August that I predicted it. Now, did I have a source confirm for me directly with WikiLeaks that this was coming before I said it? Yes, I did. That makes me smart, not dumb. And then lastly, there is the phony charge that I colluded with Guccifer 2.0. But if one looks at the actual exchange, which happened 6 weeks after the WikiLeaks posted the material from the DNC, you'll see that it's benign. So based on timing, content, and context, this is a MacGuffin. This is meaningless. By the way, does Guccifer 2.0 really exist? Is that really a person? Was he really a hack? In fact, was there ever really a hack of the
Roger,
DNC?
The whole thing's been a nothing burger. And I remember you at the time, we were trying to get a hold of Assange. Assange did New York Times, London Guardian, Fox News interviews. Talking to Assange doesn't mean you're a Russian agent. Saying, hey, Podesta's known for his Russia ties, and then quoting New York Times articles from a year before with Hillary's Russia problem. I mean, you were just talking about what was there, hyping it up for people to investigate it.
Sure, but I think because of my reputation as a fierce partisan and as an opinion journalist, particularly here at InfoWars, they think it's an easy sell. In other words, if something shady happens, Stone must have been involved. We're going to straighten that all out tomorrow morning, and I will have these running dogs in retreat, I assure you.
Well, their Russian narrative's already starting to implode, so this is, I guess, the cherry on top. But what about the fact that they've already told your former business associate, Manafort, that they've got the indictment?
Yeah, this is a classic prosecutor's trick. In other words, try to find something, or maybe find nothing, turn it into something. All right, Manafort, we're going to indict you for money laundering or tax evasion or whatever, unless, of course, you just confess that you were colluding with the Russians and that Donald Trump knew everything. So, in other words, bear false witness against our president, lie to get yourself off the hook.
Judas Iscariot.
Yeah, John Dean, essentially, because John Dean is the man who planned, pushed, covered up the Watergate break-in and then blamed it on Richard Nixon. It's the same deal.
Absolutely. Roger Stone's our guest testifying in Congress tomorrow. They won't even bring in a cell phone. He can't even record it. But you know those dirty rats are going to come out and lie to the media. Hell, CNN, the rest of them may not even have Roger on. That's how they operate now. They just make up straw men, then they beat up the straw man and declare that they beat Floyd Mayweather. We'll be back. All right, final segment. And then Pat Dubiel, really smart guy, manager of our Chicago affiliate, known him for 8-9 years now. Visited me a few times in Austin. Amazing. He's going to be hosting. He's got some big stuff planned for Chicago. I'm going to leave it at that. It'll make the news. But he's coming up. Roger, I know you don't want to give away too much today. So we're just going to have you on live right after the hearing tomorrow. And, of course, your statement will go up on Infowars.com right as you go in. And I guess you're going to tape that statement today with us and also give us a written statement. But any other little tidbits you want to add? Tell folks again what time the hearing is. This is game day. And then expanding, what do you make of the left, like David Horowitz said earlier, not knowing when to stop and going up against the American flag and America, and now they're on CNN and MSNBC saying, get rid of the flag, it's white supremacist, get rid of the Star-Spangled Banner. I mean, we knew that was coming, but, I mean, don't all the minorities get? I know they're not the ones really running this. I mean, literally. Like, you're America. It's yours. It's big. It's prosperous. It's still one of the best places ever to be able to do whatever you want. You live here, you get rich here, and then you piss all over it? It's the most spoiled, rotten crap I've ever seen.
They don't seem to understand all they're doing is driving more average Americans into the Trump camp and into the silent majority. It's offensive that they don't love their country. It's offensive that they don't respect our democracy, our Constitution. This country's not perfect. It's only the best place on the face of the earth. The democratic experiment is not ideal. It's not perfect, but we have more freedom than any place else on the globe. So it's self-defeating. Alex, I do want to mention that a number of info warriors and the Blacks for Trump are having a pro-Stone demonstration at 8:15 tomorrow morning. The hearing is at 9. Now, the Capitol Hill police won't let any civilians get anywhere near this hearing. So this is being held on Independence Avenue, directly across from the House wing of the Capitol, right there on Independence Avenue, and I'm going to stop there on my way in. InfoWars will be covering it, and I'll have a few words for the patriots there who are rallying to support me.
And we're going to have a live feed of that. We're going to have a live feed of that with our great Michael Zimmerman, who's with you.
Yeah, I expect it to be a dynamic moment, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate not only the support, but also the fact that InfoWars is going to be able to bring it to the people.
And by the way, Roger, you're a smart guy. I don't have to tell you this, but I'd give them both barrels your big finale up front what you're really going to say inside, not just the statement. But, you know, Roger Stone tears into fake committee. Roger Stone destroys fake committee at the Capitol video. Because that video, we're not going to clickbait. It's you at the Capitol. But Roger Stone destroys committee live. You know, or destroys false Russian narrative, and then that video will go viral. And I would go as long as you can, because I mean that's a video that millions are going to end up watching live or tuning into. You know, Roger Stone's press conference from the Capitol, and then I do it before and after. I'd really make an extravaganza out of it, because this is how we grab the spotlight away from these liars.
Well, Alex, don't you worry. As my friend Pat Buchanan would say, I will be locked and loaded.
All right, Roger, we'll be covering it live. It'll be at newswars.com and infowars.com. Thank you, Roger.
Alex, victory or death?
I like how he quotes Colonel Travis, because that's who said that, and you know what happened to him. But in the end, he ended up winning. Okay, it is ending today because they have to stop, because they like to deliver food. They like to ship the food within 48 hours of getting the order, and it's so many orders have come in, it's about to slow them down. So the 50% off is over. My Patriot Supply, that's not 50% off some higher price. That's 50% off the regular super low. It's labeled as InfoWars Select, their highest quality food, but I can contractually be able to do it by that, by calling it InfoWars Select. It's out of the same factory, absolutely fresh. 50% off storeable food ends today. Secret 12 is now the new sale. It's 40% off and more. InfoWarsLive.com or 888-253-3139. I'm going to do 5 more minutes. Come back, introduce Matt Dubiel. I'm Alex Jones. Stay with us.